Hey guys, Brendan Productions here, and welcome to my third Java tutorial. Now, in Java class today, I actually got assigned a project. It was kind of a startup project. Nobody really knew how to do it, but I figured it out, or I think I figured it out at least. And I actually have the coding all here on paper. And the project is to find the area of a triangle, taking the user's input on the base and the height. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to create this application on video and explain what's going on while I'm creating it. So I started a new Java project, and it's called Triangle Area, and I'm actually just going to create a new class to go with it. And this is going to be Triangle Area class. And then we're just going to go straight to the coding and see what we do. So the first thing that I actually need to do is, when using Java or any application, and you need to create something such as finding the area of a shape, you need to get the user's input on what the base and height are. Now, this is not built into the default Java class, so you actually need to import a library, which can be done with one line of code. Import, and then the library you want to import, which in this case is java.util.scanner. And it's actually giving me a little warning here. Okay, it's just letting me know that it's never used, which can be useful because if you import something that you never use, you probably want to delete that so you don't use up memory. So now that we've actually got the correct libraries imported, we can start right away with the coding. So the first thing we need to do is actually create a scanner object, and this object will allow us to read what's incoming on our application. So the first thing we actually need to do is declare it, and this is going to be a static type, which means that it cannot be instantialized, or otherwise it cannot be put into an object. So I'm going to static a scanner, sc, and this is going to be a new scanner of system.in. And then I just need to add a semicolon, and we're all good. So this just creates a new variable, which is a scanner, and it's called sc, and it's a new scanner which reads the input. And now that we're done with that, we can actually start the main part of our application, which, as you learned from tutorial 1, is called main. So we're just going to start that with public static void main string args. And we just need to open up those brackets, and then we're good with that. And now we can start doing stuff. So the first thing we need to do is keep in mind, when you're calculating the area of a triangle, the formula is actually 1/2 times base times height. So the first thing we need to do is actually declare variables to hold the base and height. Now there are several ways we can go about doing this, but today I'm going to use the double type, which actually, look at that, it's even correcting my spelling. Wow. Which actually can handle decimals, whereas the integer type cannot. So I'm just going to type double, and then the name of the actual variable itself. So this one will be called base, then semicolon, and then I'm going to make a new one, height, and then the semicolon. So now we've got our two variables created, and I'm just going to comment that. So now what we need to do is actually tell the system to ask the user for the base and the height. So we can use the system.out.print code, and we're actually going to print what is, no, let's do enter the triangle's base, and that should do it. So that'll actually print a message on the screen that says enter the triangle's base. And then what we need to do is actually tell the scanner to read whatever is entered. So we can do this by saying that base, our double, is actually going to equal the scanner sc dot, and then next int, or next in this case double. And then we're just going to open the parentheses, close the parentheses because there's no parameters we need to enter, and then semicolon it. So now we can say that the base has been declared. And now we just need to do the same thing with the height. And we're just going to set height equal to sc.nextDouble. Okay, so now we've got both of our variables. So now we've got both of our variables filled in, base and height. Now we can actually get the area of the triangle, which we're actually trying to calculate in the first place. So we can do that by simply first creating a variable which is the pre-area, which will essentially be both of the things added together. So we're going to type in double, and I'm just going to call this one pre-area, and we're going to set this equal to base times height. Now in sorry again. In Java and most other languages, there are operators that you can use, such as plus, minus, which are the essential plus and minus keys on the keyboard, and then there's multiply and divide. The multiply sign is actually the asterisk, and the divide sign is the forward slash. So that makes it really easy to multiply and divide numbers in order to come to a result. So now we've got the pre-area, which is essentially both of the numbers multiplied together. So now we need to divide by 2 to get the final result. So we're actually going to create a new double called area, and this is just going to equal pre-area divided by 2. And there we go. Now what we need to do is actually display the message that contains the area, so the user that typed in these dimensions actually knows what area they are running. Oh, sorry. What area their triangle is. So I'm just going to type in the system.out.println this time, and it's going to say the area of your triangle is colon and then space. And then in Java, just like in VB, you can insert a plus sign to say that we want to add something else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert the double area to a string in order to make it so it is easily displayed on the screen. Actually, I don't know if that's going to work. It's giving us an error. Let's see what it says. Oh. I need to capitalize the S. Wait, it's giving us another error. Okay, so apparently you cannot convert from a double to a string. So we'll just leave it like this. So let's go over the code before we actually run it, because I have no idea if this will work or not. So what we've got here is we're actually importing the library that Java uses to read the user's input. And then we're starting the class that we need to actually initialize everything. Then we're creating a scanner. This scanner will use the system.in property to read things, so that's just simply the user's input. And then we're creating the main sub, or the main static void, which users use, or the program uses to actually run. Then we're declaring 2 variables as doubles here, base and height, and those will be used. And then we're asking the system to print the line, enter the triangle's base, and then we're going to capture whatever the user enters into the base variable, which can be used by the scanner.nextDouble. And then we're going to, or the base has been declared and filled in, just basic commenting. And then we're going to type in enter the triangle's height. Enter the triangle's height, and then we're filling in the height variable for the next double that has been entered in. And then we're creating a double called pre-area, and we're immediately setting that equal to base times height. And then we're creating a double area, and then we're just dividing the base times height by 2 to get the essential area of a triangle. And then we're just printing the final area out on the screen. So let's go ahead and test this out. Just going to press run up here, and then it's going to make us press OK. Oh, maybe not. So it says right here, enter the triangle's base in the console. So let's just say our triangle's base is 5. And now it says enter the triangle's height. And we'll make this easy and type in 2. Now before it does any calculations, we need to make sure that we have this right. Now 5 times 2 is 10, divided by 2 is 5. So the answer it should give us for the area of our triangle is 5. So let's go ahead and see. The area of your triangle is 5.0. That's very nice, very nice. And once it's done with that, the application is actually finished. So that's good. And now we can run it again and test it out with more complicated bases, like for example 1.25, and the height can be 1.337, and it'll actually calculate the area of the triangle, and it will be very accurate. And it does this immediately. So this is how to use Java to create a triangle area calculator. Please keep in mind that this was a school assignment, and I mainly created this to help friends. So that was weird. So if you don't like the way this tutorial was, or anything like that, please say so in the comments. But otherwise, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. And thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you.